Hello and greetings from Percentilers. My name is Mayank Raj Singh and you are watching the 37th video of 100 LRDI challenge for CAT 2020. The name of the video is Changing Electives. The data starts from here, will go on for 3 slides. Please read it. Changing and the last slide. So you may pause the video and try to solve the question on your own and then move ahead. So we will have to try our bit before moving on to the question. This is a missing data kind of set, as it was mentioned earlier that some numbers in the table got accidentally erased. However, it is known that these values were either 0 or 1, nothing else. In the brief, the information is like this, that from every elective, some people stayed and some people moved to choose some other elective. While E7 is such an elective from which everybody had to move and choose some other elective. So most of the cells are already filled while the others are not. So let me first add these numbers and write the total on both the sides. So the total of E1 before the change was 31 and no cell is remaining. While for E2 you will get 46. I'll make a plus sign because there are two cells still empty. We can add 0 or 1 or 2 accordingly. We'll see how it fares. For E3 the sum presently is 35. I'll make a plus sign. For E4 the sum right now is 23. I will make a plus sign. For E5 the sum is presently 35 and I'll make a plus sign. For E6 the sum is 21 and 2 cells remaining. For E7 the sum will be final and it is 101. Alright, I have made the other column for the final sum because right now you can see in some of the cells we are yet to add a couple of numbers like 0 or 1 or 2. Similarly, if we add the columns, we'll get 15 here, plus we'll see what E2 will be full and final. It will be 76 if you add. E3 if you add, it is 78. I will make a plus sign also. E4 will be 20 plus, I'll leave it. E5 if you add, you have 43 and I'll make a plus sign. And E6 also we have 60 right now and then added something. Okay, so basic jobs done. Now let us read these 3 points one by one, which will help us. First, before the change process there were 6 more students in E1 than in E4. Okay, so before the change we will have to see here before, and for after we'll have to see the sum of the columns. Okay, so before the change E1 is supposed to have 6 more students than E4. Okay, so even we have a full and final number of 31. I can just write it 31. Okay, so E4's sum should be 25. Fine. So we have to add 2 to it, and 2 can be added because there are only 2 cells left. So I think we have to add 2 like this. Okay, so this is also done. So this way E4's final sum becomes 25 and E1 was anyway final, it was 31. After the shuffle, the number of students in E4 was 3 more than that in E1. Okay, so this 20 plus is supposed to be 3 more than 15 plus. Right now the difference is of 5. Okay, and we have already added 1 in E1, so that becomes 16 and still the difference is of 4. So we can add something on E1 as well as on E4 side such that the difference is only 3, but we have no idea as a lot of cells are still empty. Let us move ahead. We will take care of this part of the information a little later. However, this has been taken care of. Second point says the number of students in E2 increased by 30 after the change process. Okay, so after the change process, the full and final number is 76. This is supposed to be 30 more than what it was before. So before it was 46, so nothing is to be added. I think this number can be finalized as 46 and I will have to add 0 in both the empty cells of E2. Okay, so this has also been taken care of. Third point says before the change process E4 had 2 more students than E6. Okay, so before E4, whose final number is 25, had 2 more than E6. That means here also 2 should be added, so the final number becomes 23. Okay, and this has been finalized. So that means for E6 the remaining 2 cells have to be increased by 1 each. This has been taken care of, while E2 had 10 more students than E3 before the change. So E2 we already have 46. That means E3 should have 36. So we need to add 1 more to it, 36 over here. Now 1 should be added here or here, that we have to see. Okay, so 1 between this cell and this cell will be 1 will be filled by 1 and the other will be filled by 0. So for now we have already added 1 to E4 and that has made it 21, and we have added 2 to E1 that has made it 17. Okay, and there is only one cell remaining in the E1 column. Okay, so the point is, now the sum of E1 is 17 and that of E4 is already 21. Two cells are remaining in E4 and one cell is remaining in E1. Now, if you add anything in E4, you will never be able to maintain a difference of 3. Okay, a difference of 3 will not be able to. So there is only one way out, that you add two zeros to E4 and a 1 to E1. That is the only way out, because remember, we cannot add anything other than 0 or 1. So 0 is anyway 0. We can only increase by 1 and there is only one opportunity. So I think this makes it clear that this should be 1 and both the remaining cells of E4 column should be filled with 0. So the final number of this becomes 18. Yes, this is 76. Okay, and this has become 21 finally. Now we had decided for E3 1 has to be added, so that has to come here because we have already decided 0 for this cell of E3 row. So we have finally added 2 to 43 to make it 45. Okay, and here also 1 is remaining. So I think if we add, this is 101 anyway, so if we add the remaining number 31 plus 46 plus 36 plus 101 plus 35, you will see that the sum of these numbers is 298. However, there were altogether 300 students. That means these two should also be filled by 1 each. So the final number here becomes 79 and here it becomes 61 and here it becomes added by 2 37. Hence the sum of all of these becomes 300. So this way we are able to fill out all the empty cells with 0 or 1 as suggested by the question, and we have taken care of all these points, nothing remaining. Now we can have a look at the questions. So I have concised the entire process and I have written the final numbers, the final sums, row wise as well as column wise. So first question, how many elective courses among E1 to E6 had a decrease in their enrollments after the change process? As we decided, this was the before number and these are the after numbers. So before number has to be more than the after number. So that is happening with E1, not with E2, not with E3, and with E4 from 25 it became 21 and even from 31 became 18. Everything else increased. So I think there are two sets, there are two electives for which the overall number actually decreased. Okay, I would like to tell you one more thing. See, the option numbers are also 1, 2, 3, 4 and the options are also 1, 2, 3, 4. They could have very easily written it like this, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. But it is intentionally, deliberately done like this, that 4 is written for option number 1 and 1 is written for option number 2. So there is a particular substantial percentage of people who do what? So your answer came 2. And they have a habit of marking the option number. So when they see that the answer is 2, by mistake they mark this and they don't even realize that they did it wrong. Every time, every year, a lot of people go through this problem. So please remain alert that these things also happen subconsciously. Anyway, moving to the second question, after the change process, which of the following is the correct sequence of the number of students? So we have to start, this is the after process. So 18, we have to start with 18. This cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. So after 18, there is 76, then there is 79, then there is 21. So this also cannot be the answer. Fourth option becomes the answer. Third question, after the change process, this again after the change process, which course among E1 to E6 had the largest change in its enrollment as a percentage of its original enrollment? Okay, so we definitely would like to look at an increase, and I think if you compare, you will find E6 is that number which is increasing from 23 to 61. That's a whopping increase of more than 100%. And you know, if you quickly want to find out which increased by the maximum percentage, you should just see which one increased by maximum how many times. So if we see the increase, E2 increased not even by twice. E3 increased a little more than twice, but only a little more than twice. Okay, it's like 2.1 something, 2.1 or 2.2. E4 decreased only. E5 increased, but not even twice. But E6, if you see, it is almost 3 times. 23 into 3 is 69, and this is already 61. So it is very close to more than 2.5 times. So clearly, E6 becomes the answer. If you want to find out, you can figure out the actual percentage also, but that there is no need. I told you the shorter technique, but if you wish to, I can just tell you if there is a doubt between E3. So E3, the increase is of 43 by 36. This is the percentage for E3, and for E6 the percentage will be like 38 upon 23. Okay, so if you see, this is 1 plus 7 by 36 and this is 1 plus 15 by 23. Now you see 7 by 36 or 15 by 23, which one is bigger? Obviously E6 is bigger. So this is also a way out with the help of proper calculation. That was not needed. Anyway, moving on to the fourth and the last question. Okay, so it says that college imposed this condition that after the change, if any elective is having less than 20 students, then everybody who left that elective has to rejoin. Okay, so there is only one such elective, even that after it became 18. So everybody from who escaped from E1 has to join back. So these 5 have to revert, these 10 who went to E3, this 1 who went to E4, these 4 who went to E5, and these 2 who went to. So the final number, this would be like 22 has been added. This number becomes 40. Who joined, they will remain joined. Only the ones who escaped, see, it's clearly written, the ones who had left that course, only those will be required to re-enroll for that elective. The ones who joined, they kept with that course only. So these are the new numbers. So decreasing order, if we have to write, we have to start with E2. Okay, so one option is gone, and after E2 we should have E3, and then we should have E6. E2, E3, E6. So this is gone and this is also gone. So the first option becomes the answer. So E2, E3, E6, and after E6 we should have E5, then E1, and then E4. Exactly, this is the order that we were looking for. So guys, I hope you understood, you enjoyed this set, and I hope you learned something out of it, even able to solve the set before the launch of the video. So that would be all from my side for this particular set. Hope you enjoyed it, and guys, if you really like our hard work, then please do subscribe to us and let us know that you like us. This is Mayank Raj Singh signing off. Thank you so very much. See you in the next video very soon.